It's the stage where tradition, excellence, and style come together in perfect harmony. Everyone certainly brings their best. Have you ever wondered what conversations take place under these umbrellas, the stories they could tell? The shared smiles, the spirited conversations, the laughter in the air that carries between the roars of the crowds. Under the umbrellas, the world simply slows down. We remember why this place, this tournament, is about so much more. Hi, I'm Kira K. Dixon, and today, Michelle Wie West is under the umbrellas. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
We are so happy to be here. We have a great view today.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
How has your day gone today? What has been the vibe?
Well, I feel like Sunday before the Masters, I hear is very quiet. This morning, though, it's a lot of excitement with DCP. I got to watch it on TV, and I saw you interview the champions. And
They're so cute, these kids.
They're so cute. Came here a little bit early to meet you for lunch. And I was waiting under the big tree, and they all were walking by, and some were carrying trophies and medals, and it was really cool to see that in person.
Did they all stop you and say, "Can we please have a picture with this legend"?
A couple of them did, but they were just so excited that they were here, and if I can add to that experience, then great. But it was really cool to see that.
You were also here earlier in the week for the Augusta National Women's Amateur. You walked in the final round?
Yes.
How was that experience?
It was fun. So my agent is Kevin Hopkins, XL. He manages 3 other girls that were, in contention. Obviously, a lot of Stanford girls were playing as well too. So it was really great. I finally got to walk the first 9 and watch them play. It was my first time walking the golf course, and they were the first ones that I ever saw play the golf course in person, and it was a really special experience to see all the fans be so into it and actually know the names of these amazing golfers that are out there. And, I could overhear discussions between the patrons being, "Oh, I think she's going to win. I think they're going to win. Oh, this is happening. Oh, but I hear roars on this side of the golf course." It was really cool.
What is your impression of the first 9 from a golfer's perspective? What stood out to you about the golf course?
I'm sure everyone says this, and I must have said it 20 times yesterday walking the first 9. I was like, wow, the elevation. Wow, the slopes.
So how are you feeling today?
Yeah, I know, exactly. I was so sore. We all were talking on the phone this morning. This might maybe why I slept in a little bit more, but I was like, wow, my legs are so sore. You don't realize how the elevation and the slopes, and I was watching a girl putt from behind on hole 9 on the green. I was like, wow, she's really aimed really far out. And you can see the ball, sure enough, the ball did the big right to left turn. And these are things that it's so hard to capture on TV, which I think they do a great job of showing the shot line and the elevation changes. But they're just something you can't beat watching it in person.
What was it like watching some of the Stanford girls in person?
It was so cool. Obviously it was a tight connection with the team, and, Coach Ann Walker, what she's done with the team is just so incredible. But, what was special for me as a parent now is to watch the parents. My parents used to always come watch me play, and we're following Mega's group, and it's just so cool to see the dynamics of the parents, but also the parents of the players that didn't make the cut. They're still rooting for their teammates, and I thought that was so cool, the camaraderie of everything. As a parent now, I see it from a different lens, and I appreciate that.
So I don't know if you would have played in the Augusta National Women's Amateur because you turned pro so young, but when you heard about this as an opportunity, what did you think the impact would be for women's golf?
I think it's fantastic that these amateur golfers, it's a place to jumpstart their careers unlike anywhere else. For them to have the opportunity to play Augusta National Golf Club, and they can really create a name for themselves, especially with the NIL landscape. And then, all of it is so complicated, but regardless of anything, for them to have the opportunity to jumpstart their careers and to also solidify their careers here, these champions will have that forever.
What about from a media and exposure standpoint? Because you were kind of thrust into the spotlight from such a young age, and you kind of had to figure it out on your own. What's the value of an experience like this to
level set and understand that that might come with being a professional athlete.
Yeah, I think nothing prepares you more for being a professional than putting yourself in these types of opportunities.
At Augusta National.
Exactly, nonetheless. And even drive, chip, and putt, right? I mean, you're giving young, very young kids the opportunity to play for real nerves, real emotions, real up and downs in front of people. These are life opportunities. I mean, again, as a parent, I have a different viewpoint on everything now, and I think it's priceless, these opportunities.
Can we talk about your babies?
Yeah.
McKenna and Jagger. Jagger is now...
Almost 6 months.
Oh my goodness.
I think.
So you're kind of getting back into normal life a little
Yeah.
bit. He's the cutest little nugget that you've ever seen ever. What's it like now having two?
It's a math problem every single day. You know, it's just like, wait, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. How am I gonna do pick up and drop off? You know, thankfully my husband is very hands-on. We have a lot of help. But yeah, it's a difference between 1 and 2. And then I started to think, how do people have more than 2?
I don't know. As you know, my sister-in-law has 4 little boys.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have so much respect for
It doesn't make any sense
It's incredible.
logically.
It's incredible, but they have so much fun. They're the cutest little family. We talked a few months ago about McKenna's golf swing, and you were worried that it was getting a little flat.
No, too steep.
Too steep.
I put her in baseball. David Ledber and I had a long conversation about how to flatten her golf swing, and we decided that T-ball will be a great sport for her to do. So I'll flatten out. I mean, I can't help myself, right? I'm like, this girl's 4, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be the type of parent that does this. And immediately see her club go up this way, and be like, what should I do? You know, I can't help myself, but you know, it's been a fun journey with her so far. You know, just cultivating the love of the game for her, seeing her be in these kids clinics with her friends, and I don't do any of the instruction. I can't. I'm very hands off.
No.
But she's so proud. She wants me to record every single video, and it just brings me flashbacks to me asking my dad to you know, record my swings and all of that, and she loves analyzing it together, and then obviously watching these kids do drive, chip, and putt. I think about my daughter's almost 5, and these kids are 7. That's only 2 years.
She's got 2 years to train.
No, I was so impressed with these kids. I'm like, I can't, like, how is this happening? I immediately texted my husband. I was like, we need to book some lessons. No, but it's just, you know, for me, I think golf is just one of those games that is so multi-generational.
Yeah.
And I just, hopefully in the future, she continues to love it and we can play together as a family. And that's why I feel like, you know, taking health and wellness so seriously, because I want to be able to be out there and active with my kids, and hopefully that's something we can have in the future.
Yeah, health and wellness was a big part of why you stepped away from the game. You were dealing with injuries and knowing the physical, grueling nature of professional golf. What is it like for you to go out and play now, just for fun?
Yeah, I don't really.
We do sometimes.
Yeah, we do sometimes. But I don't actually play as much as people think I play.
Okay.
I've been really into tennis lately. That has been my new journey.
Right.
Yeah, we talked about it on your podcast. Since then, I did play in my first league tennis match.
And?
Won.
No.
Yeah, very shocking.
Who did you play against? Who is this person?
I guess
And I say that with the utmost respect.
I know what you really mean by that.
No.
It's okay.
You are an incredible athlete, but
I'm not athletic in the
You said it.
sense of a pure athleticism, running,
Running.
fast twitch muscles. You know, a great hand-eye.
great hand-eye. Some might say the best.
But I guess I'm in a 3-0-3-5 league at my club, and I wasn't planning on playing, you know, but they were like, oh, we're missing a person, you have to come. And I was like, okay. In league tennis, you play 2 sets, and if you don't win, you don't go for a 3rd set. It's you go to 10 points. And we won 12-10. It was very exhilarating. I smashed it over the net to win 12-10.
Wow.
I felt really good. I felt the adrenaline a little bit.
You got that competitive spirit back. And now what are we doing? Are we going full on tennis camp? Are you calling Serena? Like, what's the deal?
I would love to. Yes. Serena, let's play.
I know you guys are besties anyway. So speaking of stepping away from the game, you have transitioned so flawlessly into this world of businesswoman and media. And for those that maybe were fans of yours when you were a golfer, how would you describe what your professional life looks like now?
You know, it's been a great learning journey. I've met some amazing people, entrepreneurs, mentors along the way, and just been having a fun time investing, learning about that world, just learning how much that investment means to certain people, certain businesses, and you know how I could be a net positive for people. But yeah, just really diversifying my portfolio, as one would say, and you know, just learning new things, learning new experiences.
She's a businesswoman.
Yeah.
But I love how you also invest in really specific types of companies based on their missions or based on the founders. What are some of the values that you have when you think about a potential investment for a company?
Yeah, I focus on women-owned businesses, you know, women of color, and I just want to make my investments mean something. Now that I have kids, like I said before, I view the world in a completely different lens and viewpoint, and I just want to become a net positive for the future. That's just all I want.
You are someone whose fashion I've always admired, so we do have to talk about a little bit of Masters fashion. How have you planned your outfits for this week?
It was my first time spending meaningful time here, and I watched your video over and over again. Okay, what is Kira wearing? You know, I feel like anything green adjacent.
Yes.
In that color, obviously.
Perfect.
Yeah, your tutorials have been super helpful.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
Yeah. I don't want to make the what not to wear in one of your videos.
No,
You know?
no, but I try to keep it positive. I just
Yeah.
do this is what you should do. And if you make other choices, then that's
Yeah.
okay.
We had a big PSA against heels on the golf course, which needed to be said.
It needed to be said, but that is for the people.
Yes.
It's a public service. One last thing before I let you go. Who are you looking at for the Masters? Who's your pick?
Obviously, I would love to see Rory, you know, break through and put on a green jacket. As a player, I know how much that means to him. I know how much, you know, that would just feel. I mean, I would love to see Colin Morikawa break through and put on a green jacket as well. He's been so close many times this year. I mean, there's a lot of players. And I think as a player, you just want everyone to win. You want everyone to,
everybody.
you just want
I just want
everyone to
you all
have
to
a
have
great week. And, but I mean, I would love to see Rory win.
Yeah. It would be, I think I was talking about this with another guest, it would be a generational confirmation
100%.
of somebody to complete the career Grand Slam.
Oh,
And how
amazing.
wonderful would that be?
Yeah.
But I also want everyone to have a great time.
Exactly. I just, you know, as a player, I just being here is such a privilege and an honor, and just I think everyone wins by being here, but obviously, you know, wearing that green jacket, it's just something.
You know who wins by being here? Me and you.
Yeah. Under the umbrella.
We are under the umbrellas and we're winning. Michelle, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.